everybody, welcome to another episode of Matters Ago. Today I'm talking about illegal downloading. This can be film, pictures, songs and whatnot. Many things can be illegally downloaded on the internet, and it seems the law has a little bit of a problem with that, people. The law does not like you illegally downloading. But Jesus Christ, can you blame people? I mean, with all the inflation and recessions and all this going on in the world, people are obviously looking for cheaper solutions. Now, you can go to a store and you can get your $10 out and you can get your Jimi Hendrix CD. Or you could sit on your ass at home on your computer and download it for a couple of cents. What's the obvious thing that people are going to do? Instead of actually competing against the internet or even trying to outlaw it in any sort of logical way, which is basically impossible because now it's spread to the point that anyone in the world with an internet connection and a computer can illegally download quite easily. The war is lost. There's no point to fight against it. And another thing, I am a person who is a collector. I love to collect. I love to obtain things in a collection. So I'm probably one of the only people who still buys CDs and DVDs in large amounts. For instance, I have every season of Scrubs on DVD, every season of South Park, every season of Family Guy, every season of All Aussie Adventures, every season of Full Frontal. Most of the stuff I have I don't even need or rarely watch, but I like to collect them. So these video stores and all that, that's all they're really marketing towards. I mean, if all you want to do is watch a TV show, do you really give a shit about the plastic cover it comes in? Are you going to pay $20 just to have the cover and some discs which are completely inconvenient, instead of having all the episodes in one folder which you can play consecutively with no breaks? With this one, you have discs that you have to take out and put in, then you have to go through the menus and all the warnings and whatnot. If you want to compete with illegal downloading, make your warnings a little bit more subtle. Instead of having them at the start before the menu, maybe have them afterwards, at the end of the fucking presentation. It's something that would really annoy someone who knows that they can easily just download it for free and bypass all that shit. But no, we're not going to do that. We're actually going to make it more complicated and put more warnings on there. At one point there were DVDs with 2 piracy warnings on them that you could not skip. With the option of illegally downloading it and bypassing it, of course people are going to take that action. And these warnings that you put on the legitimate copies are completely stupid. Think about it. I go legitimately buy a product, bring it home with the warning in it. The legitimate buyer is the one who sees the warning. You know who doesn't see the warning or have to sit through a minute and a half of the most boring shit ever? The person who illegally downloaded it. My God. And there's some CDs that you can't copy. And look, I'm not saying I'm one of those people who copies CDs and then gives them out to people, because with illegal downloading, no one would give a shit that I was burning them anymore. That's obsolete now. But sometimes I like to rip the CDs to my computer so I can put them on my MP3 player, but there's some CDs that have copyright protection, so that makes that a bit of a hassle. When I could just illegally download it and in an instant, boom, I can download it straight onto the MP3 player. That's 100% convenience over the CD. And then CDs scratch, and they don't make the covers as good as they used to, and they try to get too fancy with the covers sometimes, which ends up wrecking the DVDs or CDs. They're not even thinking. I mean, if you want to compete, for a while there was a trend where some CDs came out with a USB with the album on it also. A pretty bloody good idea. I mean, that's competing with the internet. You're tying in the electronic element. And then they just stopped doing that and went back to CDs and went, why aren't they selling? Another thing, a lot of the music that's being marketed now is crap. So a lot of people have lost their opinion of music, when back in the day, music was something that everyone enjoyed. Everyone had a favourite band. Now you can meet people who don't really like music at all. They only like maybe 8-bit music, possibly. I mean, you're not even competing. And especially in my country, in Australia, the record stores goddamn suck. They just recently, you're able to see Cannibal Corpse in record stores here. Jesus Christ, they came out over 20 years ago and Australia's only caught up now. You can't get Ace of Rock. Forget it. You're not going to see it in a record store. You can't get Necro or Ill Bill. forget it, you're not going to see that. If you want any full heavy metal or full heavy rap, or even just some obscure shit, maybe you want to get a Memphis Mini album, forget it, it's not there, we don't have it. It's fucking ridiculous. They don't even compete. Yet they keep complaining, and I, the legitimate buyer, have to sit through the fucking warnings and the inconvenience of piracy protection. And another thing, they put burners in goddamn computers. Every computer comes with a burner now. You know what a burner can be used for, you idiots? I don't know. Of course you don't. Illegally downloading and copying to a DVD. They don't even think. And what are they going to do? They're going to cap our internet speeds or something like that, so it's impossible to do? Well, it'll be basically impossible to use the internet, so all the businesses are going to fail. So they're basically in a situation where they can either start using their brains and competing, or they can just give up on this whole crusade, and I won't have to sit through so many fucking warnings when I'm trying to watch a DVD. Jesus, cunt rice. Fuck, I literally watched a box set of Scrubs and had to sit through like almost 3 minutes of warnings. Completely unfair considering I spent the $20, well, cumulatively it was about $80 to get the DVDs, and now I'm the one sitting through it, but the guy who paid probably 50 cents of data usage for it gets no warnings. Fuck me. So bullshit. Mad as a goat.